ब्लॉग स्टार्ट रेज्यूम सर।
हाँ, स्टार्ट करवा के भेजूँ या पहले उनको भेजूँ फिर स्टार्ट करोगे?
पहले उनको भेजो क्योंकि लाइव नहीं हो रहा है ना।
आपको बोला था कि सारी group में होगा। एक second।
Hi, this is Veena Goyal from Navigators. Today, Poonam Sharma from ECU Edith Kavan University is here to give the information for Perth and why students should go to Perth, what are the benefits and what are the course options are available, and scholarship main thing. There should be, we are expecting a good scholarship, Poonam, from Edith Kavan University. And what are the return on investment? There are so many things. Perth is always a welcoming destination for the students, and a lot of students they prefer Perth. So why now Poonam will tell more about Perth and why a student should prefer Edith Cowan University. Why not other universities?
Thank you so much, Veena ji. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
yeah.
arranging this Facebook live session. And I know this is a chilly winter in Chandigarh and north part very cold. I think temperature is 7 to 8 or maybe
Yeah.
3 to 4 in the evening time. So thank you so much everyone for joining this session. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself that my name is Poonam Sharma. I am taking care of South Asia region for Edith Cowan University, which is based in Western Australia, Perth. And according to Veena ji, she is asking that why should students apply for Perth? Why not for other cities? And then why students will apply for ECU, not for other universities? So there are so many things like 101 reasons why should students apply for Western Australia, Perth and ECU. So it is available on our website also. But I want to share some major points or maybe key points which are, always in the mind of parents and kids also. Me, myself is a mother of, young child who is 20 years old. So I know what are the questions of the parents should be there in the mind and what is the return on investment everybody is looking for. So first of all, I would like to let you know that I think half of the people from this region are looking for the further stay back option when they finish their program. So once they finish their program, which is either 3 years of bachelor's or 4 years of bachelor's or 2 years of master's, so the stay back option in Perth is 3 years more instead of 2 years. So once they finish their qualification, उनके पास में इतना 3 साल का टाइम मिलेगा उनको आगे पोस्ट स्टडी वर्क राइट्स के लिए अगर वो पर्थ में पढ़ाई करते हैं तो. Second thing is Perth is a cheaper city comparatively with other cities of Australia. So you are saving an amount. It's not only related with the scholarship part, you are looking at whether you are getting the scholarship or not. If you are getting the scholarship, that's very good. But on top of it, you have to see that there are living expenses which are, related when your kid is flying to Australia. So they will be living in Australia and they have to pay in dollars. So the living expenses staying in Perth is comparatively very low with other parts of cities. So which means it's itself is a scholarship amount which you are saving on the living part. Coming on to the extra career options available when you finish your qualification, what are the career options available? So there are so many jobs available in Perth as of now. It was previously also, but nowadays because mining is on to the boom now. So when you are coming to Australia, there are lot many jobs available part-time as well as full-time. So there are no recession in Australia. So if you see that COVID-19 had impacted all across the world, but Australia is one of the country which is surviving and they do not have the recession. Their kids are not coming back because of the job losses. In fact, there are so many jobs available in Australia now because of COVID-19. And one thing I want to let you know that Western Australia is COVID free from last 7 months. It's like from, you can say from July, we are open, our campus is open and face-to-face classes are going on for the domestic students and for those students who are already in Australia. So we are COVID free and we do not have any single case from last 7 months in Western Australia. So that's really very good news for Western Australians and a very proud moment for them that they have cured these kind of, viruses which all across the world everybody is facing. And now I was looking at the news for UK. There is a new virus coming in UK and the people of UK are suffering. I understand that UK has opened the borders way before, so many days and students fly to UK, but now they are under lockdown. They are doing nothing. So I think in these kind of things, Australia is doing very good and we are taking care of international students and hopefully we will see the good news for opening the borders kind of thing, but nobody knows when they'll open the borders. So I'll just cover 15 to 10 minutes of presentation in front of you for the programs which are famous from ECU. And then we can, in the end of the session, we have the question answer session. Maybe you can in between, you can just unmute yourself and you can start your question and I'll help you to answer that query. So when I'll just go on to the why ECU. Now, if you see that there are more than 31,000 plus students are on the campus at ECU, they are studying over there. And it is a combination of approximately 76% domestic students and 21% international students. Now this, you will be surprised to see that, okay, why 76% domestic students and only 21% of international students? So it's a combination of a classroom. So if you are coming to Australia, we will make you sit with other cultures students, not only with Indian students or South Asian students. So it will be a mixed culture. There are domestic students so that you got to know about the culture of Australia, the places of Australia, and you can make friends who are, domestic students, and you got to know many things of Australia so that when you finish your qualification, you are already aware about everything of Australia and you are ready to adopt the Australian culture. About the median salary of ECU graduates, which Beena ji has asked that why should a student apply for ECU? So if you see that ECU graduates has a median salary of approximately $63,000 per annum. So it's a median salary. You can see this on QILT website, which is Quality Indicator of Learning and Teaching. It is not the government website, it's a rating website which the international students themselves rated us on these kind of things. So Australia does not have the ranking system, Australia has the rating system. So if you want to rate about any program, about any career option, stay back option, full-time job kind of thing, just hit on QILT website and you can compare ECU graduates, ECU programs, ECU median salary and ECU facilities with other universities. Then you will see that I think more than half of the columns ECU is sitting on the upper side instead of the lower side. So these are the things which you need to know, whether if you are sending your son or daughter to a university, whether they will be getting a job after that, whether their program is professionally recognized or not, whether they will be doing, they have the industry tie-ups or not. So on all those questions, yes, of course, ECU is there to help you out. Coming on to the study areas, we have 8 study areas. We have starting from arts and humanities. Second is business and law. Third one is engineering and technology. Fourth one is science, which includes computer science and cybersecurity. Fifth one is nursing and midwifery, and then medical and health sciences, teaching and education. And then last one is WAPA, which is Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts, from which there are so many, Bollywood people came out and they are performing very good. So those who are interested in dancing, acting, performing arts, media, movie making kind of thing, please apply for bachelor's program in our university because we have a separate school. We have a Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts. So you will learn a lot if you are interested in these kind of things. Where we are based in. So I already told you that we are based in Western Australia, Perth. Perth is the capital city of Western Australia, and within the Perth, we have two campuses, which is one is Joondalup campus. This is our main campus, and second one is Mount Lawley campus, which is second campus, and we have third campus, which is out of Perth, which is 200 kilometers away from Perth city center. It's a Burnbury Center campus where you will be having an extra 1 year more post-study work rights. So if you are coming for Bachelor of Social Work studying in Bunbury campus, then you will be having 4 years of post-study work rights instead of 3 years of post-study work rights. Whereas if you are studying in Joondalup campus or Mount Lawley campus, you will be getting 3 years of post-study work rights. Now the distance from the city center, like every city has, you know, something which is a middle heart of the city. So one thing is, this is the heart of the city. Like if Chandigarh, if you compare, Chandigarh is 17 sector is the heart of the city. So so we have compared that from sector 17, your campus will be like, it's just 25 minutes away. So we have a city center, which is Perth city center, and Joondalup campus is just 25 minutes away from Perth city center. Mount Lawley campus is hardly 15 minutes away from city center, which means you can travel within the campus and the city area when you are studying or when you are free. Why ECU? As Veena ji asked that, why should a student opt for Edith Cowan University instead of other education providers? So these are the answers. Learn from the best. So we have lectures, professors who are working in the industry, and they are giving the lectures to the students, which means they are working in the industry and they know that what is the requirement in the industry when these students will complete their program. So they'll prepare the student according to the market requirement, not the old curriculum which was sitting on the books and the students are reading that and giving the papers and, you know, graduated from these kind of things. No, our curriculum gets revised every after, you know, 1 year, 2 year, depends on the market requirement. Applied learning focus. This is what every student want. We have a work integrated learning in almost all our programs. In some programs, it is mandatory to opt for the student. In some programs, student has the option to opt for the work integrated learning. But our advice is for international students, if you are coming for the studies, do opt for work integrated learning in your last semester, which university will provide you. Internationally recognized. Most of our degrees has the professional accreditation. Believe me, it is, the studies in Australia does not stopping you to stay back in Australia only. You have the exposure to go to US, UK, Canada, or any part of the world where you are getting a very good job options. So that's the reason our degrees are professionally recognized, internationally recognized. So you are not limited to Australia only. You can move from Australia to other countries if you want. Supporting learning environment is there. And then we have a very strong tie-ups with industry links. So when you are doing your internship, you will be placed in these industries. And the benefit of doing the internship in these industries is when you write your resume, you will be putting the name of these industries in your resume, and you can show them that you have the work experience of 6 months while you are staying in Australia and doing your internship. So this is the main point which will give you a weightage in your resume, and the employer want to hire you comparatively with other graduates of other universities. Outstanding facilities. So we have so many facilities available for the students. For example, 24/7 Wi-Fi available. We have 24/7 library facilities available, student support, student services, health and well-being. All these things are available on the campus for the students, and they will not feel like that they are away from home. They'll feel like that they are sitting at home with the family members. This is what I was talking about, the 5-star experience of QILT, which is Quality Indicators for Learning and Teaching. Now, ECU is the only one university in all public universities in Australia who got the top undergraduate teaching quality from last 5th year in a row. There is no other university who has the 5-star rating of teaching quality. Other ratings are from last 14 years in a row. So Good Universities Guide 2021 has given us the 5-star rating, which is the higher rating. Teaching quality, student support, overall experience, learning resources, skills development. And believe me, this is not the survey which is conducted with the university people itself. No, it is the survey conducted with the international students from QILT and the Good Universities Guide. And this is the rating which is given by the students who are already on the campus. The students like you, if you are coming in the campus, you will be rating us. So this is the rating given by the student. They are more than happy by studying in university and about the programs. According to World University Ranking Guide, we are the young university and we are sitting on top 100 university worldwide. So we are just 30 years old and we are under top 100 universities. So this is really a very proud moment for all people who are supporting ECU. Now, work integrated learning, which I have already covered earlier also, that this is a major part of your studies when you are coming to Australia. If you are studying only and that you are working in the culture where you will be sitting in the environment of Australian people or a mixed multicultural people, so you don't know how to behave in front of them, you don't know what is the requirement kind of thing. So the work integrated learning, if you are doing in your last semester, this will prepare you a world ready people. So you understand, that market norms are there, you know what kind of exposure you need when you are coming in the market. So all these things you will be prepared under work integrated learning and you are ready to go when you apply for full-time job. Now this is a picture of Chandraloop campus, which is huge as a place wise. So student have a natural feelings, green grass, greenery is there, so pleasant weather, very good kind of atmosphere. You have a very good quality of air. There is no pollution in the campuses. Of course, not only in the campuses, Perth itself is pollution free. There is no pollution over there. That's the reason you will see blue sky in the picture. So within the campus, we have so many facilities available, which are just written on the right side of your screen. So which means that if you want to do a part-time job within the campus, there might be job options available in the campus and you can save your time for the transportation. You can work within the campus and then ready for your studies. This is Mount Olive campus and this is Vapa studio, where our students got practice and they play, they perform in front of the audiences. So again, this is a beautiful campus. This is what I was talking about, that we have so many facilities available. Student hub, student success, academic skill center, library, careers and employability, health and well-being, recreational and social activities. So you can get in touch with any of the department and then they'll help you out accordingly, whatever the help you want. Coming on to the business, I have 100,000 programs available in my university, but I'll cover those programs which are higher in demand from this region and students want to work for any of the programs which are available, which we offer under different study areas. Under business and law faculty, we have both the programs available undergrad level and postgrad level. Undergrad level, the famous program is Bachelor's of Commerce, under which we have 14 majors available, which means student can do double majors or student can do one major, which is under Bachelor of Commerce, they can do accounting only, or they might have the option to opt for 2 majors, which is maybe one is accounting and second is international business. So they'll get an exposure within 3 years of duration by doing the double majors and they can explore the market even in the accounting field or maybe into the international field.
Can I interrupt you, Poonam, this time?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Benefit of double majors, what the student can get the benefit for double majors?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, that if the student is doing a combination of maybe accounting or international business, which means once they finish their qualification, if they are looking for a job, they only do not have to look for accounting job. They might have the international business also available. So they have the exposure of doing the double things when they finish their qualification. There is no extra duration for doing the double majors. If the student is interested in doing double majors, within the 3 years of duration, they are able to get the subjects. There are the subjects, there are units which are provided in the majors. So they will be doing the accounting with the units, and then maybe international business, some units.
But
So
maybe it will be hectic for the student, or it will be more cost will be included.
no, there is no extra cost is included, but of course, yes, hectic, it depends on students. Like, there are some students who are really, really interested in doing so many things in one time. So if they are ready to do that, of course, they can opt for double majors. But if they can't cope up with double majors, they have the option to do one major at one time.
That's great.
Uh,
Continue.
on the second thing, we have hospitality and tourism management, international hotel and resort management, sport, recreation and event management, and bachelors of laws. So these are under business and law category. And when you see on the bottom of the screen, there are some industry name we have put where our students are doing the internship. So these are the industries which our students are, doing their internship. And uh, we have one program which is Bachelor's of International Hotel and Resort Management. Under this, the students can opt for the paid internship according to the market norms. So they have the option to earn money when they are doing their internship under International Hotel and Resort Management program. Coming on to the postgraduate program. Now, this is one thing I want to let you know very clearly, that there are some myths in Indian education, or maybe because our Indian education system is designed like that. So everybody thinks that if you have completed your bachelor's in same stream, you can do the master's in the same stream. Suppose if you are doing a bachelor's of commerce, then you can do master's of commerce. But in Australia, our programs are designed for the student, like there are kindly a different design program. So if you have a student who has completed their bachelor's of commerce, you can apply for any of the programs which are listed on your screen at the moment. So they can even apply for Masters of Business Administration, International Finance and Banking, Human Resource Management, International Hospitality Management, any of the programs from any background. So all these programs are 2 years of duration. All these programs are professionally accredited by the relevant bodies, and they are ready for the market when they finish their program. So they have the optional work integrated learning in their last semester, which is for 6 months when they do this program. So Masters of Business Administration International is designed for the students who have just passed out from their graduation. So we have two type of MBAs. One is MBA, which is we require 3 years of work experience after their graduation on the manager level. The second MBA is MBA International, which is designed for the students who are freshly pass out from their graduation, or they have a lesser work experience. So all these programs are designed for the students who can join from any background. They just have to clear their graduation and they can apply for any of the programs which are listed on your screen. Engineering and technology. Again, our School of Engineering is, coming on to higher ranking again and again, and it is ranked under 151 to 175 worldwide according to the World University Ranking Guide. So we have all the programs available under the engineering faculty. So if you start with the bachelor's, we have Bachelor of Aviation and Technology, Aeronautical and Motorsport Engineering Technology, which is a 3 years of program. When you see Bachelor of Engineering, all these programs are honors program and they are 4 years of duration. Coming on to the master's level, all our Master of Engineering specialization are 2 years of duration, and they are professionally accredited by Engineers Australia and Washington Accord. Now these are some names which we have the industry tie-ups, and our students are doing the internship and the full-time jobs when they complete their qualification. So in the engineering faculty, when they are doing the engineering program, the internship is mandatory. So they do not have any option. They have to do the internship. That's the reason they will be world ready and employer want to hire them. Coming on to science part, we have divided science into two categories. One is cybersecurity, second is computer science. And our cybersecurity is highly in demand. Our graduates, they are just doing the internship and they are getting the full job offers from the employers. So first, it is affiliated by Australian Computer Society. Second thing, our cybersecurity program is #1 program in ECU. So if you have students who have completed, maybe completed their bachelor's of commerce, they can also apply for cybersecurity if they have interest in computers. So it is not only that the students who have the computers background or IT background are only eligible to apply for cybersecurity, which is PG level. No, it is not like that. Masters of Cybersecurity is designed for the students who have the non-IT background and the IT background. Now the question will arise that, oh, I do not have any experience in, I don't know how to do the coding kind of thing, or software thing. If you go on to the subjects, you can see that our faculties, they'll prepare you for those subjects, even if you do not have any, relevant background in that. So the applications from, graduates which have interest in the IT field and who feel that yes, they can cope up these studies, they can apply for Masters of Cybersecurity.
Can I interrupt you, Poonam?
Yes, please.
The thing is, like, no doubt from any, this background student can opt for cybersecurity. The problem is with the visa, I think.
Visa, like High Commission, basically they need to write a statement of purpose, and High Commission is aware that we have so many programs which are designed for the same relevant background or non-relevant background. So they are aware about the program structure, they are aware about our education system, and they know that if we are accepting the students, we are capable enough to prepare that student to work in the industry when they finish their qualification.
That means it depends on the student that how good he is presenting his statement of purpose.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
only thing. Otherwise,
Yes.
in Australia, when I visited there, all the faculties, they told that the student should not follow the same course already he studied. He should do something which is really
Yes.
is upgradation in the studies.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what I know for the cyber security, it's highly paid, and it was told like from 80,000 to 100,000, anything
Yes.
they can be paid for this course.
Yes, exactly. There is a slight difference between the South Asian education system and Australian education system. So here people like students will opt for, the programs which they have already completed in their graduation level. Like if the student has completed their Bachelor's of Technology in Civil Engineering, they will be going for Masters of Civil Engineering.
Yeah.
But Australian education system is, when you see our Master of Engineering, we have specializations available, and even the student who graduated from mechanical engineering can apply for Masters of Civil Engineering in our university, because Australian education system is slightly different, and they want student to explore more options, not stuck onto one thing, stick onto one thing and one program and just focus on that and doing the same things. If you compare the program structure on graduation level, the subjects on and the master's level, you are repeating the subjects, you are studying the same subjects. Yeah. On master's level and master's level, so there is no,
that's not an upgradation of the study.
Yes, and you are wasting your money, yeah, paying the fee for the same subjects which you have already studied in your home country, and now you are doing the same things. So that's the reason the programs, not only our university, maybe half of the Australian universities have designed their programs which they can accept the students from other backgrounds instead of same background. Coming on to the cybersecurity industry tie-ups, now these are few names which are listed on your screen where our students are doing their internship as well as they are doing their full-time jobs when they finish their program. So cybersecurity is really high regardable program, and it is highly in demand. And believe me, not only in Australia, people all across the world, like employers all across the world, are looking for the cybersecurity professionals. So if you are looking a career into IT field, please do opt our cybersecurity program and learn from the best. Now, ECU is one of the 2 universities who have been funded by, the federal government, and we have the Academic Center of Cybersecurity Excellence. So this is what we proud of, and that's the reason we are saying that if you want to do a cybersecurity program, please come to ECU and then learn from the best. Now, these are few facilities which have been listed on your screen. So we have approximately $48 million of science building, super labs, new IT labs, security operations center. So now, Veena ji, do you want me to cover the entry requirement here, or you want to start the question and answer session?
Entry requirement, just if you can, guide the students for 2 minutes, because that's very important thing for the entry requirements. After that, we can start the question answer.
Okay, so most of the programs we have on UG level, where the English requirement is overall 6, nothing less than 6. Or if you are coming from PTE, it will be overall 52, nothing less than 50. So most of the programs are under this category. There are few programs who have the higher entry criteria, like teaching or nursing. So for that, you need to get in touch with navigators so that they'll check the requirement and guide you accordingly.
For nursing, it's a 7 band each.
Yes, for nursing it is 7 and PT is 65 each. Overall
65 each. But now
overall,
PT has been changed slightly. If you can
yes.
update us.
As of now, we do not have any indication from our faculty or from admissions department that whether we are changing the PT requirement or not. But the sooner we'll have the information, we'll circulate it with every.
For not nursing, for other subjects, I'm asking, because PT authorities, they have changed like 46.
Yes, I know, but if you see this lab, we have 52, nothing less than 50, though it's same, like they have this lab, which is again the equivalency, and again, if they have changed the 56 from 58 to 56, so we are sitting on the same level. So I don't think so. There might be some change from the university, but it will, if it is there, we will let you know.
Thank you so much.
So coming on to the academic entry requirement, for almost we need 65% in your year 12th from any board. It is not that if you are from PSCB board, we need a higher requirement. No, if you have passed out, if you have cleared your year 12 with 65% and above academic subjects, you are ready to apply with ECU for any of the UG program. There are some programs again with the higher entry criteria. So you need to see on the website or maybe get in touch with the navigator for the program if you are looking for. So that is related with 78% and above. But I believe that 90% of the programs have the 65% entry criteria for bachelor's level. For master's level, we need overall 6.5, nothing less than 6, and PTE is 58, nothing less than 50. And the academic, it should be equivalent to AQF bachelor's degree. So we follow NUSER guidelines, which is section 1, section 2, section 3 universities, and based on that, we have divided the divisions, first, second, third division from section 1, and till second division from section 2 university, and first division from section 3 university. So you can get in touch with navigators so that they'll guide you proper and apply your admission on your behalf.
So
coming on to the second screen,
Muskan is asking, does ECU accept OET? So Muskan, you can be online and you can ask yourself.
Yes, OET is acceptable, and OET is basically designed for the nursing program. So yes, it is acceptable, and the requirements are given on the website. So you can see the entry requirements over there, and you can apply for the program based on OET.
Online, and anybody who want to ask a question, they can ask.
Yeah, so I am just covering the scholarship part, which Veena ji has asked in the beginning, that what are the scholarship or the benefits, bursary amount university is giving to the students. So we have undergraduate scholarship available, which is you can save around approximately $28,000, $28 to $40 of your tuition fee if you are coming and study the bachelor's program with ECU. The only thing is you need to, this is an academic scholarship. So it's a merit scholarship. So if you have scored 78% and above in your year 12th, you automatically qualify for 20% scholarship, which is approximately $28,000 to $40 of the amount. So you do not have to apply separately for the scholarship. If you have, you qualify for that, my admissions department will assess the application and will give you the scholarship on the offer letter. We have a Master of Engineering scholarship, which is approximately $6,140 for full duration, and that is again on the merit basis. So if you have completed your graduation from Section 1, Section 2 university, and it is first division, you automatically qualify for the scholarship, and the offer letter will be offered you with the scholarship. So for more questions, you maybe go on to the scholarships, which is the link is provided on the screen. So you can just hit, or maybe just go on to ECU and type scholarship over there, and you will be having so many scholarships available on the screen. Please read the terms and conditions, because there are some scholarships which are not available for Indian region. They are based on region to region. So please read all the instructions, all the eligibility criteria, and then you can come to know that, okay, these are the scholarships available. We do have one more scholarship available, which is accommodation scholarship. So as I mentioned you, we have two campuses in Perth. So one of the campus, Mount Lawley campus, we are giving 50% scholarship on the living accommodation. So it is first come, first serve basis, depends on the availability. So you can save 50% of your living amount while staying in Mount Lawley campus. And because of the, less, what you can say, the distance from one campus to another, if your studies are in Joondalup campus, of course, you can study in Joondalup campus and stay in Mount Lawley campus, and you can save 50% of the amount, approximately.
How much is the amount otherwise?
Yeah, so it depends on the, there are different kind of accommodation on the campus. So if you are staying in a, you can say a studio room, which is just one bed, almirah and table is there. And it will be approximately near to $190, $200 per week. On that, you are saving 50%. So
that's very cheap. Even they cannot, take
yes,
outside as well in this.
yes, and more on top of it, they are availing the facilities on staying on campus, which is Wi-Fi is available, pantry is there. They can prepare their
No,
own.
I have seen Poonam. That's a really fantastic campus. I
Yes.
have seen.
Yes, so
Beautiful
they have all the
accommodation.
facilities there. Yeah.
Beautiful
So they can,
accommodation. I have myself have seen.
yeah,
Also.
yeah. So this is the answer. Like if they have the, they are coming onto the bachelor's level and they qualify for the scholarship, and they are residing on the campus, again 50% scholarship is. So if you compare the tuition fee payment and the living expenses, I think you are saving approximately $8,000 to $10,000 of your money when you are coming to Perth and studying at ECU. So just, do your homework, put down the expenses which you will be paying for the program for different universities, no matter if they are giving you more scholarship amount, but look at the tuition fee of the university. Everything you need to do by your own research and then apply accordingly. So I think this is this one part I want to cover with all of you again. This is with the scholarship. This is not that you can just apply for scholarship and this will not be given to you. No, this is on top of the scholarship. So you are again saving $2,000 if you have the offer in hand, which is full offer, and you accept your offer within 14 days of issuance of offer letter. So you can save $2,000 by paying in tuition fee for second semester. So I think your tuition fee after the scholarship, if you are coming for the Bachelor of Commerce program, for example, you have 20% scholarship on that. So your tuition fee will be approximately $25,000 per annum, and you are saving $2,000 more for first year. So it will be approximately $23,000 for first.
23,000. That's very economical as well.
Yes, yes. So these are the options which university is giving to the students, especially in the COVID era. I know that this is difficult for the student. So I think I have covered all the part. Now I'll just go on to the any questions part. So I'm stopping the screen now, and maybe you can ask the question in the chat box, or maybe if you come online, switch on your camera, unmute yourself. That would be really good for me to answer the questions.
So, thank you, Poonam. You are given a wonderful information. So many candidates are online. If they want to ask, they can open their screen and they can unmute their, microphones.
Yes.
So,
Ask anything, anything if they have a doubt that how safe Perth is. As well, I can answer myself that the Perth is really beautiful
yeah,
city.
there's a question one from my side as well.
Yeah.
Why the student should go to Perth? Why not, like a lot of students they used to ask, why not Sydney or Melbourne? Why Perth?
I have already answered this query, Vinaji, in the beginning of this session. So if you compare the living expenses of Perth with Melbourne and Sydney, you will see that how much amount you are saving in the living part. Second thing, you are coming for the studies over there. So if you are coming for the studies, you need a peaceful place. You need a place where you can focus on your studies more. And then when you have, extra time, you can work part time. So Perth itself is a regional area, first thing. Second thing, they can save on the living part. Third thing, Perth is the safest place in Australia. Fourth thing, they have many job options available. The minimum wages in Western Australia, Perth, if the student is doing the part-time job, it is something around $18.90 per hour. Whereas if you see the per hour wages rate in Melbourne and Sydney, they might be, on the lesser side. So first thing I want to let all the students know that the part-time job is not your motive. Part-time job is given to you that because you have lot many times available when you are there, because you have to come on the campus maybe 12 hours or 14 hours in a week, not for whole day or for whole week. So you need to spend some time, go and explore yourself, work in the market. So that part-time job is not your first what you can see primary thing. It is a secondary thing. And of course you are earning money in the part-time job. So when you finish your qualification, do compare the median salary of ECU graduates with other universities. Then you will come to know that why we should go for ECU, because end of the day you are looking for the return on investment. And if you are not studying in the campus, you just roaming around here and there, not finishing your program within the duration, not meeting the student visa conditions. I think nobody want to take you there on student visa, or any employer want to take you on full-time job. But if you are doing a good studies, you are performing well, I think there are so many 100,000 graduates of ECU who are working in very, very good industries. And nowadays you have the option to get in touch on Twitter, maybe on Facebook, maybe on any kind of, social media things, from which you can take a feedback from the students who are already in Perth studying with ECU or already graduated from ECU.
I think, Poonam, thank you so much for the information. If any candidate want to ask anything, they are open to ask. Otherwise, it's a very chilly evening. And North
Yes,
India
I
weather
know.
is always very cold.
Yes.
So,
So everybody is welcome to ask any kind of questions, or maybe after this session, if you have any queries, you can please get in touch with Navigators. Veena ji is there and she is a beautiful lady. She is a wonderful lady. Whenever I meet her, it's so positive vibes from her. So she'll give you the proper information.
that's the
She'll
same
not
vibes we are
mislead you.
giving the student. That's this time is universities are giving scholarship because of Corona and
Yes.
because of this epidemic, and you have to take the benefit because Australian government is giving the same post-study work permit,
Yes.
and you can avail the time, you utilize the time by studying here. And because the plus point, if Australian High Commission have granted the visa, then it's not like Canada that first AIP will come and then your visa will stamp, two-stage process. It's just a one-stage process, and student can study here, and hopefully in new year we can expect that must be there will be some good news from the border side, and we
Yes.
hope a great new year to everyone. And thank you, Poonam. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Vijay. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, everyone. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you.
Wish you the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.